Fellas! Sell-out crowd, they're saying. Casper, I haven't seen you since you announced your retirement.
No.
Well, fair play to you, mate. Takes a brave man to admit he can't compete anymore. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying, you're a brave man. I'm paying you a compliment.
Now you're saying I can't compete?
Nah, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant some have said that, well, you're past your prime, that's all.
That won't work anymore, Devon.
Sorry, what won't work?
We know what you've been saying about us.
Oh, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about.
You know, I used to think you were just a gossip, Devon. Now I know you're a liar.
Oh, come on! You guys used to be so much more fun. Used to get into fights, take each other out of races. We all enjoyed that. Oh, yeah, you know, it was very entertaining. Now you just mope around bickering over who said what. It's a bit petty, to be honest, guys. Seriously, you're supposed to be role models.
Yeah, I won't argue with you, Devon. I won't win.
Yeah, you do seem to struggle a bit with winning, to be fair.
Yeah. And maybe you are right. Maybe I am past it. But he's not. And he's the better driver.
What, the rookie? He's only just got here. You do know the Mercedes seat is mine. The contract's as good as signed.
There's just one problem with that, Devon.
Huh? Enlighten me.
I don't believe a word you say anymore.
Tell him, mate. Mate?
I don't know who this is going to.
Okay, Casper, you're doing great. Let's keep this up.
Is Butler ahead?
Butler, you're closing on him. No theatrics, please, Casper.
Yeah, understood.
Butler. Devon Butler. We didn't realise how much of a thorn in the side he was until middle of the season. He was racking up the points in the first half of the year. You know, he did incredibly well at Spain, at Monaco. Good advantage of the theatrics in Canada as well. But he had dropped off a bit in the second half of the year. Aston Martin had dropped off in the second half of the year, and we were on and up. Both drivers working together, working well. We got points almost every race. We closed the gap to Aston Martin. It was a big gap before Belgium, but afterwards it was within reach heading to America. And Aiden had another superb weekend, out qualifying Casper, out racing him. But Casper was flying in the second half of the race. He just worked on the medium tyres. He clicked in practice, didn't quite work in qualifying. But in the race, he was charging through the field, and he only had one driver on his mind in the race. With Aiden in front, he couldn't quite catch up to him and support him, but he could take points off our rivals, take them off Stroll, and take them off Butler. And he was charging hard up to the points. He caught up to the Alpines. We were lucky that Ferrari having a bit of an off weekend, same for AlphaTauri as well. So it was more of a direct fight with Aston Martin, which we hadn't really had all season long. Like either they were doing really well or we were doing well. We never really fought on track evenly. And despite some hard battling, Casper caught up to Butler. Butler had worn through his tyres. By the end of the race, he was virtually down to the rims. He just drove too hard on them, and he was holding up his teammate as well. I'm not sure if Stroll was on speaking terms with Butler after the race, because
couple of places up on you.
he cost Aston Martin points. They could have challenged, Aiden in front of them, but Stroll, even though he pitted later, had, a different strategy. Butler just held him up, and that helped Casper immensely. As he called up to the pair battling, they were, too busy distracting each other, and here comes Casper. A fantastic run, making it 3 wide as well. And Butler was still battling his teammate too much to even notice the Williams was down his inside. And even afterwards, he was still battling his teammate hard. And they were still squabbling while Casper could get a bit of a gap and get away from Butler. He was so slow. I'm not surprised Stroll wanted to get rid of him at the end of the season. But for us, it was both cars in front of the Aston Martins, and the gap was so close after Brazil as we headed to Abu Dhabi in the season finale. We knew we were going to win.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
Well, this season promises to end in quite the dramatic fashion. The tussle for the top continues, but in the midfield, Williams very much closing the gap on Aston Martin.
Both teams have had a terrific season. Butler and Jackson rumoured to be in the running for that open Mercedes seat too. I can't wait to see how it all plays out.
If you're anything like us, you won't want the season to end, but end it must. From here on in, every second of every lap counts. What a riveting season it's been.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours.
Yet another victory over rivals Aston Martin today, Casper, and more speculation over whether or not you can steal that 4th place. What do you have to say about that?
Well, yes, and rightfully so, in my opinion. We've had our eye on 4th place for a while now, even when others have written us off. We're working tirelessly to make every second of every race count, and it's right that that's reflected in the standings. We know what we're capable of, and we know we can do it.
Your retirement grows ever closer, of course. Is that something you think about?
No, that doesn't really play into it. I've got a job to do, and I've got to remain focused. Every moment counts out there, and if I let my mind wander for even a moment, it might be the difference between 4th and 5th in the constructors. Now, off the track, it's a different story, but I try my best to keep distractions to a minimum.
Are you looking forward to your retirement? How will you spend it?
I'm really looking forward to spending more time with the family. I have a beautiful wife and a young daughter, Lily, who I don't see nearly enough of, and I can't wait to see more of them.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Aiden.
Casper, hey, we're closing in on Aston Martin.
Yeah, good race out there.
I think we can do it, Casper. I think it's on.
You know it's not going to be easy, right?
Well, the fights that can't be won are the fights you fight the hardest.
That doesn't make any sense.
Of course it does. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Just wanted to say congrats.
Yeah, you too. See ya.
Bye.
Brian.
Casper, debrief has been put back 10 minutes, so you've got a little more time.
Okay, thanks.
Great race out there today. Who'd have thought we'd been pushing for 4th just a few months ago?
Yeah, well, you know what they say. The fights that can't be won are the fights you fight the hardest.
Whoa, brilliant. I'll have to remember that one. That's inspiring is what that is. You keep fighting those fights, Casper. See you at the debrief.
Yeah. Bye, Brian.